So good morning all, and we are out on a Friday afternoon. Sun's out, roads are slippery, it's still cold. Oh come on, where is the lovely British sunny weather? It's disappeared off and gone to Spain, I think. That's where I'll be going. Right, so we're out today. This is a Lexmoto Tempest, and as always I'm out on a ride test this time. So this came in, was getting hot and then cutting out after about 10 miles. So the customer had to have it recovered because every time it got hot, in it come. And normally hot engine, when it cools down it will restart, is normally a sign of tappets. Now this has only done 1,438 miles, and you wouldn't normally expect tappets to tighten up that quick. So put the scope on it, scanned it up, and no code. So definitely not electrical. It's definitely not sensor or anything in there. First thing we get done then, have the head off and check the valve clearances. And normally on something like this you'd expect about 0.4 on the front and 0.6 on the back. So 4 on your inlets, 6 on your exhaust. When we actually got it on, exhaust was spot on, 5 thou. So opened up the exhaust a little bit, but the inlet was about 2 thou. So yeah, that would explain part of the reason why cutting out when hot. It was just losing all its fuel, not letting any fuel into the bore. And then obviously once it's cooled down, metal shrinks and back to normal. So all readjusted, we have 1439. I'm going to call it 1440 because it's on the 0.8. So 10-mile ride. Now normally with something like this, where you have the threat of it breaking down, and heavens forbid it does, I stay local to the garage. So it's going to be up and down this bit of dual carriageway for about 10 times, just to get the heat on it and get the mileage on it, and just gives me the ability with the rev matching to get the revs up and see if I lose any power. Now the other thing I did notice, the steering on this is extremely heavy. It shouldn't be, it should be light and crisp. And when I've actually had the back wheel bolted down or held down with the front wheel in the air, which is hard to do on one of these, the headstock is very, very tight. So need to loosen that headstock off once I get back to the garage. But we're going to get out and have a long run. Now the other reason for a bike cutting out when hot is sometimes coil breakdown. But obviously when we scanned it up, if it was an inherent coil breakdown, it would normally give you the code. I think it's P0037, or it would indicate cylinder misfire, cylinder 1 misfire, and that normally indicates coil breakdown. Very easy to just do a drop test or a voltage test, or put an oscilloscope across it and just look at the signal coming back from the coil. That is the other way you can woo. Shoulder checks, peoples. Indicators off. So that is the other way, just to obviously scope the coil and just look at the signal coming from the scope at different RPMs on the coil. That is the other way to check a coil out. And if you're pretty good with the multimeter, or you're good with an oscilloscope, then that is the two things that will help you out with diagnostics every time. Checked all the compressions are good. You wouldn't expect it to be different. And obviously we checked all the other bits and pieces. It's been looked after. It's a nice little bike, it's nice and clean, which makes a change for most owners of 125s, because they normally come in, they just get in, put fuel in them and ride them and abuse them. This one is very well looked after. Obviously the customer on this one, his dad is a biker, and obviously spoke to Dad, and he's, well, it's not normal for a bike to have the tappets done that quick, is it? I said, no, normally second or third service we would look at tappets or valve adjustment, but normally not on a first service. And it was only serviced about a month and a half ago, so they've obviously started to tighten up. So we shall see how we get on. While I'm doing that, and I know a lot of people do watch these videos and ask questions and blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. Look at this. I can overtake cars on this. This is great. Nice steady 45 mile an hour. Watching the junctions. I'll get a chance to have a little bit of a waffle. So what's been going on this week? Well, Wednesday, and if you do follow my live streams on a Friday night, we have a new channel for a Wednesday night run by a guy called the Peaky Biker, and he's a very lovely chap, very lovely chap actually, very good friend now, and he does a thing called the Midweek Mumble. Now if you happen to go onto his channel on Wednesday and the Midweek Mumble, he was in there. He had Andy GSA Tractor in there, Moto Matt, Z-Head, and a couple of the other boys. And obviously, do you want to come on the live stream? No, I am quite happy sat in the side chat. I'm going to just waffle on in the side chat like I normally do. You get some other people in, you enjoy it, and I'll just sit in the sidelines and watch, because a lot of people come in my one on a Friday. Peaky's has only got the standard StreamYard. I have obviously got the monetised version, where I have to pay for my StreamYard. It costs me £20 a month, and off of my live streams I'll probably earn about £1 for every live stream, so it costs me quite a bit of money every year to host my live streams. But I do have a lot of fun on my live streams, and it is well worth every penny that I spend to get people in and have a chat on a Friday night. And normally with my channel, no holds barred. On Peaky's and that and the other channels, you tend to be, oh, please don't swear, a bit like Big Brother, please do not swear, you are live. Me, I don't tend to give a rat's what happens. It's all just people together, and if you don't like it, go and watch someone else. Go and watch one of the boring channels. And I'm not going to say what the boring channels are, but that is your choice. So, we're 3 miles in. We're doing well. Nothing yet. I'm going to venture a little bit further out, and God forbid if this thing should break down on me, but hopefully it won't. So far it's running all good. I am going to be doing at least 2 test rides on this, just to make sure everything is a-okay. The second one, obviously, if this first run is good, then we will barrel down the dual carriageway on our second test ride to get a little bit of a longer, more high-speed video up. But what I want to do is try and get the revs to get this engine nice and hot. And this Tempest does sound very good. Let the car pass, and then I am going to filter in there. That will do me. I was about to say Sportage, or Sportage then, but no, it's a Stonic. Stoniki, okay. That's for the purposes of Rhythmic Biker, who does like a Kia. So one for you, Rhythmic. So obviously that is the, going back to the live streams, Peak is on a Wednesday night, mine on a Friday. Another guy called Exeter Rider, who tends to do a Sunday night live stream. He's on this Sunday, so, and we all tend to stream around about 8 o'clock, so keep an eye out for all those live streams. As I say, in the description down below, all the bikers that I follow, there is a lot happening this year. Peaky is going to be doing his ride for Scotty's Little Soldiers for the charity, and he's going to be the first one, I believe, first one in the UK or the world to actually travel the coast roads of England in 10 days, and I'm going to be going out, and me and Peaky are going to be having a run for a couple of days. Get out with my mate. Now, he was at the Super Sausage on Sunday, which was great fun. And obviously I said to the crew, we're going to be going out, have a run to Super Sausage on the Sunday. Anybody want to join me, we'll meet you there. And there was a good 20 of us, and obviously I turned up at Super Sausage, got in the queue, happened to look in the window and spotted a bike and a t-shirt, and I'm like, oh, good God, Peaky's here. And we actually met up, bought him a brew. He got there too early, so I bought his breakfast for him, but got him a brew. And to say, obviously, never ever meet your idols, because they don't live up to your expectations. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to meet Lockwood, but met Peaky, and he is exactly the same in the flesh as he is on camera. Absolutely lovely, lovely guy, as are all the guys in our ride team. No frills, they just are who they are. Even if some of them do have potty mouths on them, and it's not just the guys, it's the females as well that tend to have a potty mouth, especially BBB. She's known for it, but we absolutely love her to death. Right, let's get the speed up a little bit on this, because the customer did say he couldn't get it over 40 mile an hour. 50, 51, and I've got to roll off the throttle now, because obviously coming up to the roundabout. Breath matches down, nice. Back round and back we go one more time, and then I'm going to head back to the garage, and then we'll get a longer test run booked in for hopefully this weekend. The roads are absolutely crap today and covered in grease. Alright, let's open it up, one high speed run of all 50 mile an hour. Keep forgetting it's a 5-speed box on these. 52 mile an hour, there we go. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. We'll do it one more time and back to the garage. Where are you going? Run, 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 run! Oh, bless him. Am I going to get him on the way round again? Why is there always a car in my way when I want to open it up a little bit? One more run. Here we go, open road, that's better, no cars in front of me now. He says too early, typical. $53 mile an hour, 55, there we go. That is the maximum I can go to because it's only done 1400 miles, 50 to 55 mile an hour. Till he's done 3000, can't open this thing full bore. And it's all about running these in. There is a set procedure for running in a new Lexmoto First 500 miles or 3 months, which is 40 mile an hour, so 40 to 45 for the first 3 months service. Then 6 months further on you can open it up to 50-55. 6 months further on have your second service, then you can go full bore yearly service, 3,000 miles. But for ride test purposes, 50 to 55 mile an hour until you hit 3,000. But you can tell from the video, bike is behaving all good and it's not cut out on me. Throttle's full bore, there we go, 50 mile an hour. And it's a 125, you're not going to get fantastic speeds out of a 125. It is going to do 55-60 tops out of a 125. Who's blocked all the road up? Come on, peoples. There we go. So back to the garage we go. Ride test done. We have done 8 miles, which is good for me. Another ride test of about another 10, but we're going to blat it down the dual carriageway next time. Nothing wrong with the response from that. It's not cutting out. It's got loads of power. It's not lagging like the customer said it was last time, which I think is going to be that tappet. Obviously the inlet valve. So all good. Cup of coffee and a smoke break for me. Then I'm out on the GS. Another run on the Blackbird before we get rid of it. A live stream tonight. Will I get this video up by Friday night? We shall see. It may be up Saturday morning, so you're going to miss that. But don't forget, Super Sausage every Sunday with RB and the crew. Last one this month, last Sunday of the month, we ride out from the garage, 9 o'clock. Watch out on the Facebook page for Rev Bomb and for Eclipse motorcycles. And that is our young mechanic Cameron there, my little buddy, who has done very, very well changing a motor on an LXS. He managed to do it in 4 hours, change a complete motor in 4 hours. So good old Cam. And I can hear my alarm going off in my pocket, which means it's just gone 12 o'clock. So from RB, be well, ride safe, and it's a big goodbye from me.